Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. Fire has ripped through a two-storey building at Glendale Technology High School overnight. Crews were called to the school on Oakland Street just after 1 a.m. to find the building well alight. Fire and Rescue Chief Superintendent Greg Wright says around 120 firefighters tackled the blaze.
They immediately got to work protecting the exposures to stop the fire from extending beyond that building, and they have been successful and contained that fire with many lines of hose, plus also they got the cherry picker to work to ensure that that fire did not spread.
Newcastle Lord Mayor-elect Gavin Morris says he's hitting the ground running today following his landslide win at the weekend. The former NBN News presenter polled 51% of the primary vote, more than 30% ahead of his nearest rival, Greens candidate Charlotte McCabe. Gavin Morris has told Todd Sargent he wants to get down to work as soon as possible.
I'd like to get the induction plan underway as quickly as possible. I want that, to be respectful and smooth. And then get in there. I've got a lot of meetings even this week with some very important people in this city, and, I've got those meetings. Look, first and foremost, I would really love to see, some immediate action for the community and the people. I just want some areas to get their grass cut.
Lake Macquarie Police are appealing for information as they investigate the stabbing murder of a man at Argenton. Officers arrived at the Montgomery Street unit just after 4 a.m. yesterday to find the man in his 30s with stab wounds. He was unable to be saved and died at the scene. Police believe up to 8 men were involved, each wearing dark clothing and had their faces covered. Meanwhile, neighbours have told of their shock and disbelief after a 47-year-old Windale woman was murdered allegedly at the hands of her son. Emergency services were called to Merrigum Street on Saturday night where they found the body of the woman with multiple stab wounds. 25-year-old Blaze McIntyre was arrested at the scene. He's been refused bail to face court next month, charged with murder DV. This neighbour telling NBN they're still trying to come to terms with what happened.
Got no words, speechless, it's close to home.
Maitland Council will discuss the region's fuel situation tomorrow night's council meeting as they debate switching to electric or hybrid vehicles. A motion put forward by Councillor Don Ferris is advocating for a revamp of the city's infrastructure to promote less private vehicle usage, as well as taking steps to limit council's own fuel use. The transition would include close monitoring of fuel usage and energy consumption across the region. Don Ferris says transitioning from fuel reliance makes more sense than ever.
Obviously, the technology is improving year on year, so it's making it a lot more attractive, and we should be moving towards it anyway. But yeah, there's even more impetus to do it now because of the ridiculous price of petrol and diesel in Australia at the moment.
The State's Building Commission has partnered with Safe Work New South Wales to conduct impromptu inspections of building sites across the Hunter. Focusing on worker safety and building compliance, inspections were performed across 27 work sites, with many initial problems having been quickly rectified. The Commission also visited local schools and colleges, sharing industry and career advice. Better Regulation Minister Analak Chandlathong says ensuring better worker and public safety is crucial.
The Hunter is experiencing a significant building boom, and that's why the Building Commission New South Wales is sending out its inspectors to ensure that we identify the risk and also have those risks rectified as soon as possible so that when people move into their homes, they can be confident that it's been built to a high quality standard.
2NURFM Sport.
A shocking second half by the Knights saw them lose 38-24 to the Roosters at Allianz Stadium yesterday. Despite the loss, Fletcher Hunt was stellar, bagging a hat-trick in the first half and stopping 2 Sydney try attempts. Coach Justin Holbrook says Hunt's defence was what impressed him the most.
Hunty's so adaptable wherever we put him, and he was terrific there at centre. We saved some tries in the first half, and that was the difference. We didn't save any in the second half, and we didn't look like scoring ourselves, so that's why it was all one-way traffic against us.
The Newcastle Jets are primed for a history-making triple following their first ever Premier's Plate win yesterday. Should they go on to win this year's grand final, they'd be the first club to ever win an Australia Cup, Premier's Plate and A-League title in the same season. In men's NBL 1 East play, the Canberra Gunners downed both Newcastle and Maitland sides in round 3. It was quite the opposite for the women's, however, with both Falcons and Mustang sides enjoying wins over the Canberra Nationals. And in Newcastle Rugby League play, the Maitland Pickers and Northern Hawks remain undefeated, with both sides picking up wins against Central and Kurri Kurri respectively. Meanwhile, Western Suburbs dominated Lakes 38-0. That's sport. I'm Charlie Proudlock.
And the winning numbers in Weekend Lotto are 3, 8, 18, 39, 40 and 41, and the supplementaries are 13 and 32. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.